What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's live stream. It has been a while. I think it's been like 3 weeks since my last live stream. I apologize. April kicked my ass. I was like sick for all of April. It was so unbelievably annoying. I had to get my rest. But I am finally feeling better, and hopefully that is the last of it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like allergies, kind of. I don't know. I usually never get sick, so this has been quite annoying. But we are back, and I am planning to do multiple streams a week, just like I always used to. April was just a weird month, so definitely stay tuned for a lot more streams to come. Today is an early one. Usually I do like the evening time, but I get a lot of requests for daytime streams. So hopefully we get some people here. I see we have 22 people here right now. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I see a bunch of you in the chat. I will get to the chat in a moment. If you have any theories you want to discuss, start dropping them. We will get to them. But before we start, I do want to say I plan to do an hour stream today. But I have set a goal, a super chat goal for 10 $5 super chats. So if we hit that goal within the hour, I will extend it and do an extra 30 minutes. So let's get into it. I see that we have King Matthew III here. Welcome to the stream. You said my theory for Scream 7 is it takes place after 4, but before the events of 5, which is why the twins are back and Dewey is back and Stu is back. That would definitely be interesting. I just feel like they won't do that. I feel like Scream has been a consistent franchise, and that's kind of more of something that would happen in the Halloween franchise. We know that they do that all the time, where they kind of like ignore previous sequels. So I mean, I'm kind of torn on how I would feel about that. A part of me wouldn't like it because, like I said, Scream has always just been kind of consistent. But a part of me would like it because that would mean Dewey's alive. And it would just kind of be cool to see something different for the franchise. But I don't know. I just don't see that happening. You also said, I also wish that maybe Scream 7 shows Sydney getting introduced to Chad and Mindy, since only Dewey and Gail got to meet the twins so far. I definitely think we're going to get a Sydney and Chad scene this time around. Yeah, we didn't get a scene with the twins and Sydney in Scream 5. We didn't even get Sydney and Martha. That would have been cool because Sydney and Martha had a scene together in Scream 3. Hopefully, we don't know if Martha's coming back in Scream 7, but it would make sense if she would because the twins are there. But yeah, Mason Gooding, who plays Chad, said that he got to work with Neve Campbell this time around. So I'm assuming they have a scene together, hopefully. My theory is that it will take place after the first movie, but before the year 2032. I'm willing to bet that will be the case. And then King Matthew responding to you saying, I completely forgot about the time jump in Scream 7. I don't think it's going to be that big of a time jump, maybe 2 years. Yeah, we kind of heard something about a time jump, and then but we don't really know how much of a time jump it's going to be. I agree. I think it's going to be not that big. I feel like not more than 3 years. Hey, Zork, thank you for the super chat. How are you? You said I passed my entrance exam for the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Still got a long way to go if I get accepted, but so happy. Nice. Congratulations. That is an amazing accomplishment. I am so happy for you, and I appreciate you being here and hanging out with us on the live stream, throwing out the $5, and moderating. Always appreciate you, Zork. Congratulations again. Hey, Christopher. Hey, RJ. Yes, it has been a while, but I am back. I did put out 2 Scream videos recently in case anyone here has not seen them. They are Stu videos, so definitely after the stream, go check them out. Christopher said if they don't bring back Stu as living, it will be a Last Jedi scenario with the audience. I've never seen that movie, so I am unaware of what you are referring to, but they got to bring back Stu as a living character. They just have to. That's what it's been building up to. All the clues are there. I feel like it's now or never. Like if they don't bring him back now, it's a missed opportunity. Unless what they're gonna do is like kind of introduce him at the end of 7 and have him be like the main focus in Scream 8. I will take it, I'll take that. Hey Russell, yes, please, everyone give the stream a like. It definitely helps out the channel. Thank you, Russell. I appreciate you being here. Hey Alex, how you doing? Matthew says, I also predict that the opening of Scream 7 should be a nightmare of Sydney's, and it shows the death of Maureen Prescott through Sydney's dream. That would be interesting. I definitely would love to see Maureen's murder. Like whether it's for real, like an actual flashback or a dream sequence maybe. Like it would just be cool to see it play out. Hey Alvaro, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. How are you doing? You said I'm adding a Nev Campbell Ghostface for the collection. Nice. That's awesome. I saw some of your posts on Instagram. That's very cool. I need to make my way to a horror convention one of these days. I've never been. The only actor from Scream that I met is Jamie Kennedy, which was so much fun, so amazing. I definitely gotta meet some of the other cast members, but that's awesome, Alvaro. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out, and for your super chat. Hey, Paula. Hey, Harvey. Yeah, I was just saying I would love to see Martha again. Let me see. The chat scrolled away from me for a second. Let me scroll back up. Russell says, here's my theory on Stu's return. We probably are going to get a flashback with Stu, Billy, and Roman, and on a cliffhanger, we will get that phone call at Sydney's house, and we're going to hear, surprise, Sydney, did you miss me? I would love that. I definitely want a flashback like that with Stu, Billy, and Roman. I feel like it's pretty likely, with Roman returning, who we obviously know is dead. He was shot in the head. I hope we get a Roman flashback. And to see him with Billy would be so cool. That way we could get Skeet Ulrich back again. And I would love a flashback with Billy and Stu together just to see them on screen together again, because that's like the only way it's going to happen. When Sam was still going to be in Scream 7, I was willing to bet that when she came face to face with Stu, she was going to have a hallucination of Billy, so that way we could see Stu and Billy together on screen again, but obviously that's not going to happen. So a flashback would be the only way to see them again. And yeah, I could see them ending it on a cliffhanger, like you said, with Stu. To carry us over into Scream 8. I would love that. Alex said Scream 7 will be released in 297 days from today. Is that right? Wow. That doesn't seem like that many, because a year has what, 365? So 297 compared to that seems pretty low. We're officially in the 200s. Hey Ray, thanks for stopping by the stream. And thank you. It's good to be back. Hey Danny. We have Heikel Hires in the chat. Alex said, if Stu Macher is alive, do you think that he is living in the town that Sydney lives in? I want to know what city or town he lives in. Plus, I want to see his home. I feel like he's probably not living in the same town as her. He probably was living elsewhere and found out where she lives and like traveled there. But who knows? Maybe once he found out where she lives, he decided to move and actually get a place in town. I don't know. I hope we do find out what he's been up to this whole time, where he's been. By the way, there's construction going on right now, so I apologize if you can hear the construction. Being sick is always horrible. I freaking hate it, but I'm feeling much better. Thank you, Ray. Yeah, everyone's complaining about the pollen this year. I don't typically ever get allergies, but I don't know. I've just been crazy sick. Hey, I'll be right back. Welcome to the stream. We have Beyond the Horizon here. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Daniel. New Nightmare Theory possible? I hope not for Scream 7. I don't think that's the case. I feel like if they were going to do the new Nightmare thing for 7, I feel like they would have had to be clear about that and be upfront about it, because we're all expecting a continuation of the story. I like, as much as I would love to see a new Nightmare Scream one day down the road, like maybe for Scream 8 or 9, but Scream 7, no. I feel like we have so much to tie up, so many loose ends. So I hope that's not the case for Scream 7. I feel like they would have had to tell us from the jump. Do you have any idea as to why Gale Weathers has not discovered that Stu is alive, assuming that he is? I don't know. Hopefully he is just good at hiding. I mean, it's been 30 years. So the fact that pretty much no one knows that he's alive, I guess he is just good at hiding. And I guess if you believe that someone's dead, you're not going to go looking for them. Like, if Sydney truly believes that she killed him, she thinks that's it. Like, why would she look into it any further? So, and I've kind of said something like that in the past with like in Scream 2. So we know that Matthew Lillard makes a little cameo in the background at the party. Hold up, where was I? Sometimes the chat scrolls away from me and it's so annoying. I lose my place. So Matthew Lillard makes an appearance in Scream 2 in the background at the sorority party. And, it's not supposed to be Stu. It's just supposed to be like him on set making a fun cameo because he was dating Neve Campbell at the time. But, there's theories out there like, what if this was actually Stu in disguise? He has the bleach blonde hair. He's wearing glasses. And I've talked about that theory before. And I said, like, sometimes the best place to hide is in plain sight. And Sydney believing that he's dead, she would never expect to see him. So I don't know. If if they both think that he's dead, then they have no reason to look into it any further. This is a great time for a stream. Please do more around this time. Yeah, I used to do daytime ones all the time, and then I kind of switched to evening, and I've been getting a lot of requests for daytime streams again, so I'm definitely going to try to do at least one daytime stream. We have 40 people here right now, so that's pretty good. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's see. Derek says Stu is definitely alive. I agree with you, Derek. Which Scream was your favorite? Definitely the original, but Scream 4 is my favorite sequel. Daniel says Joel has to return. I would love to see him again. He was so funny. He's honestly like one of my favorite characters. Apparently he was in the original script for Scream 6 when Sydney was still supposed to be in the movie. And then once Nev Campbell dropped out, they kind of reworked the script and took Joel out of it, unfortunately. We have Ryan here. You have been a channel member for 20 months. That is insane. Thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. You said, I saw Scream 7 being edited in the editor's room. The opening kill will solidify this as the greatest sequel since 97. What? Are you trolling, or did you really see that? But I definitely have high hopes for it to be the best sequel. If it can surpass Scream 4, I love Scream 4, so I'm hoping Scream 7 is even better. Since the police board in Scream 6 stated that Stu is dead, Stu deniers use this as a crutch to assert that he is in fact dead. Don't they realize that the police board stated Stu is dead simply because the widespread belief that he's dead? Yeah, that's exactly what I have been saying since Scream 6 came out. Like, the second the movie came out, all the deniers were like, oh, they confirmed that Stu's dead. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I do not take that as confirmation. Like, just because, like you said, it's widely believed that he is dead. So, yeah, of course it's going to say that. Like, hello, he faked his death. Hey, Joshua, thank you so much. Yeah, I am feeling much better. Hey, Tid Morgan. Welcome to the stream. I am good, thank you. Hope you are too. What horror movies will you be seeing this summer? What is coming out this summer? I don't even know. I know you did last summer, definitely. What's that new one that's coming out? It's coming out like August 8th. I've seen a lot of marketing for it, but I cannot remember the name of it. It's like all the kids in the town leave their house at like 2 something in the morning and they're never seen again. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. I want to see that one. That one seems really good. Matthew Lillard said kind of. Sounds like not actually, like he's AI. True, he did say that he sort of gets to prove it or something like that he's alive, but I don't know. I think maybe it could have been a slip of the tongue. Someone speculated that Matthew Lillard has been implying that Stu is alive, simply to get people to see Scream 7. What is your response to this? Um, well, he's been saying this for literally three decades, like since Scream 3 came out, because he was supposed to be in Scream 3. So he has been saying that Stu's alive for 30 years now. I don't know. I don't think this movie is going to do so well no matter what he says. People are going to go see it. So I don't think he would be implying it just to get people to see it. I think he's excited to be in it. He's been wanting this for so long, so I think he's just excited. Let's see. Matthew says, this is a crazy theory of mine, but what if Dewey is alive in Scream 7 and it's revealed he was just in a coma after the attack in 5? So there were only 2 body bags brought out, not 3. I don't know. I've heard this theory before. As much as I want him to be alive, like I miss him, I just don't know if they would do that. I feel like they must have heard all the fans saying that the main issue with Scream 6 is that there were no big character deaths, and Scream 5 really had some big deaths with not only Dewey but Judy. I think Judy was a pretty big death. So for them to kind of undo that, I don't know. And then it's like, wouldn't Gail have mentioned it in Scream 6? Wouldn't she have said to someone that he's in a coma? I don't know. Maybe she would have kept it a secret, like to protect him, so that Ghostface, if Ghostface knew that Dewey was still alive but in a coma, they might go after him. So maybe she would keep it a secret. I don't know. I mean, we know that David Arquette is back. I am thinking it's just a flashback. I feel like that's most likely, but who knows? Maybe maybe they'll do it. Hey Marvel, thank you so much. I do think that the ghost faces are going to be killed, and then when they set up the final scare, the phone will ring and hear "Surprise Sydney," then it will cut to black. I'll take it. If that means that it's Stu at the end, setting it up for Scream 8, I'll take it. As much as I want to see him actually be in Scream 7, well, I mean, we know we're going to actually see him, like, because Matthew Lillard filmed for the movie. So we're at least going to see him briefly. But as much as I want to see him a lot in Scream 7 and actually be, like, in action, I'll take it if they're just setting it up for Scream 8. If you could write or direct your own Scream movie, what would the plot be like? Well, definitely Stu being alive, leading a cult of ghost faces. If Stu Macher is going to be a living character in Scream 7, do you think that this would have been the case if Scream 7 had focused on the Carpenter sisters? That is a pretty good question. I did believe that, yes. I had so many theories on the channel about this, like before we found out that they weren't returning. I thought it was going to be Stu being alive, trying to recruit Sam into the cult. But Matthew Lillard always said for the past couple years that he would only come back if Nev Campbell came back. So if Scream 7 focused on the Carpenter sisters and Sydney was still in the movie, I think Stu would have come back living. But if Nev Campbell refused to come back, I don't know. I don't know if that would have happened, which would have been unfortunate. So, you know, as much as I'm bummed, I'm still bummed out that like Sam and Tara won't be in the movie, but at least we're getting Stu and Sydney, so you know. Can you do a video on the Scream TV series? Eventually, one day. I feel like I need to rewatch the show. It's been years since I watched it. I feel like I don't have enough knowledge to do a video about it. But I did kind of do one video about it a little bit. It's called something like do the Scream movies take place in the same universe as the TV show? I think Kirby's on the thumbnail. Yeah, so I did one if you want to check it out. But yeah, definitely one day. I have to get around to rewatching the show. Since David Arquette and Matthew Lillard both came out and said their returns were meant to be a surprise in 7, I definitely think Dewey and Stu will have bigger roles. Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, it's kind of crazy that they were meant to be a surprise, but there was a spoiler report. In case anyone here doesn't know what we're talking about, I did a video on this like a few days ago. If you want to check it out, David Arquette revealed that his return was supposed to be a surprise, but there was a spoiler report, and then a couple days later, Matthew Lillard was asked if it was the same thing for him, and he said yeah. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think Stu's gonna have a big role. Dewey, I don't know. Like, I think it's gonna be a flashback. I don't know if it's just gonna be one flashback or if it's going to be a lot of flashbacks sprinkled throughout the movie. Hey, Ghostface, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I don't know what to make of Matthew Lillard's recent comments on the movie. I feel like he's trying to hype up his role. If he's not alive, I'll be so disappointed. I'll be disappointed too if he's not, but we gotta keep manifesting that he is. We gotta think positive thoughts. I mean, this is what he's wanted for so many years. Like, would they really ask him to come back if he wasn't alive? Like, come on. I don't know. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Chris. You said, I wonder when the Dexter Resurrection official trailer will drop on YouTube. I'm guessing probably in June. We might get the Dexter Resurrection trailer. Yeah, maybe like early June. I'm hoping late May. I'm hoping this month sometime. But that teaser trailer, oh my god, it was so good. If anyone here is a fan of Dexter, we did get the teaser trailer about a week ago. I think actually a week ago today. And I did a little breakdown on the channel if you want to check it out. Yeah, I knew you were trolling, Ryan. I have a sense Stu and Jill will show up in the movies present. I hope so. I definitely think Stu will. I would love to see Jill alive. I think she, out of all the other ghost faces other than Stu, I think she is the most likely to be alive. I have some theories on the channel if anyone wants to check them out. I mean, Emma Roberts literally said like 2 years ago that she feels she would love to return and she feels she was not done with the franchise. So I don't know. I mean, even if she's not alive, I hope that we can see her in Scream 7. Like, everyone's making a comeback one way or another, whether it's a flashback or whatever. I just want to see her on screen again. Oh, the movie's called Weapons? I was wondering why everyone's saying weapons in the chat. And then I realized, I think that's the name of the movie. Yeah, I want to see that one. Yeah, definitely want to see Final Destination 6. That comes out soon, like 10 days from now. May 16th, I think. I completed my rewatch last week when I was sick. I was so sick in bed and I binged all 5 movies in like 2 days. So I am ready for Final Destination 6. Scream rocks. Nervous for the sequel though. Miss Melissa and Jen also really enjoyed your Yellow Jackets coverage. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. I did just put out a brand new Yellow Jackets theory yesterday. Definitely go check it out. It's a good one. It's a long one. It's 21 minutes long. And it's about whether or not the show is actually supernatural or if there's a logical explanation for everything. So after the stream, definitely go check it out. But for Scream 7, I'm not nervous for it. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be great. Listen, even if, God forbid, knock on wood, Stu's not alive, which I think he is, but even if he's not, I think it's still going to be a good movie. You know, I have faith in Neve Campbell and Kevin Williamson. So, Clown in the Cornfield comes out May 9th. Yeah, I've kind of heard about that movie. Isn't it a book? It's based on a book. Does it come out in theaters or is it like streaming or what? I wish Jamie Kennedy was going to be in Scream 7. When I met him in September. I said something to him like, we need you in another movie. He was like, I know. I said, we need another Randy videotape. He was like, I know. Dewey got sliced into pretty deep. I think he's gone. Yeah, I mean, he got gutted. So not looking good for Dewey. I think he's gone. Dewey knowing that Stu is alive is the reason for his retirement or removal from the force. Yeah, I have a couple theories on the channel about this that Dewey knowing for all of these years that Stu was alive is what led to his downfall. It's why he couldn't keep his job. It's why he couldn't keep his relationship with Gail. And it's why he turned to alcohol. I go into great detail in some of my old videos, so definitely check them out if anyone is curious. I think there's a really old one on the channel called Did Dewey Know Stu's Alive? And then I have one from like a year ago it's called like Did These Characters Know Stu is Alive? Because I talk about Kirby. I also think there's a chance Kirby knows that Stu is alive. And that in Scream 6, she was secretly hunting him down as an FBI agent. Speaking of Matthew's Scream 2 cameo, maybe it was Stu hiding in plain sight. Maybe there's more proof that Wes wanted Stu to be alive, hiding and watching all along. Wes and Patrick say in the Scream 2 DVD commentary they originally had a shot of a third Ghostface in the tower. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with the Ghostface in the tower. That would have been cool if it was like meant to be Stu watching to then be revealed in the next movie. Yeah, I mean, I feel like didn't Kevin Williamson have this outline for a trilogy? So yeah, I feel like Matthew Lillard in Scream 2 could have actually been Stu hiding in plain sight. Yeah, so Matthew Lillard also said that he got to work with Neve Campbell. So yeah, it sounds like they filmed scenes together. And I say in my video, like, if he was just the AI phone call, FaceTime call that everyone's thinking, they wouldn't have actually filmed that together. They would have filmed it separately, just like actors do with phone calls, you know? And it's like if he's just in a flashback, I feel like there wouldn't be a Stu and Sydney flashback. Like, what would be the purpose of that? So I'm thinking that they shot a brand new scene together. Don't think it's going to happen, but the worst that Scream 7 can do is bring back Stu for 5 minutes and kill him. I mean, that would suck, but like, I'll still take that because at least it proves that he was alive and we still get to see him and we will know that we were right this whole time, that he was alive. I don't think it's the worst they could do. I think the worst that they could do is not bringing him back alive. I'd rather him come back for 5 minutes and get killed than not come back at all. How would you feel if they give us Scream 7 and it ends as they normally do, but then it gives us the opening for Scream 8 as a cliffhanger? That would be cool. It would definitely get me hyped for Scream 8. I got a huge feeling Gail is dying in Scream 7. I haven't seen Courtney Cox be as vocal about Scream 7 as much as she was in 5 and 6, so maybe Gail does die. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not looking good for Gail. Like, she's been in the most Scream movies out of anyone. She almost died in Scream 6. I think if anyone's going to kill her, it should be Stu. So, Scream 7 might be her time to go. Unless they are carrying Stu over into Scream 8, then that way Stu and Gale could both survive Scream 8, could both survive Scream 7, and then have him kill her in Scream 8. This construction next to me is so annoying. I apologize if you hear it. I don't know if my mic will pick it up. Don't get me wrong, I love the age masks in 6, but I really want them to go back to the white. I feel like they will go back to the original, but I would love to see Stu wearing the aged mask. I definitely want to see that, but if that happens, like, I don't think it'll happen till the end because it might give it away. If we see the aged mask early on in the movie, then it might give it away. There's things Matthew Lillard can't say, so he's keeping it hush-hush. His comments have confused me too. You know what? I think it's a good thing to be confused. Like, they should just keep on confusing us because then no one knows what the hell is going on in this movie. The peanut-eyed ghost asked, due to the recent question, who would win, every ghost face or one gorilla? So that would be all 12 or 13 ghost faces versus one gorilla. I feel like the ghost faces would win because they all have knives and possibly guns. So they could just stab the shit out of this gorilla. Like, as long as they have weapons, I think they would win. If they don't have weapons, that's a different story. Then maybe the gorilla would win. But as long as they have their typical Ghostface weapons, I think they would win. Have you watched Sinners yet? I have not. I heard it's amazing. People are like blown away by it. They say it's like the best movie they've ever seen. I gotta watch it, but I don't think I'm gonna make it to the theaters. Hopefully it goes to digital soon. I just finished the Final Destination series for the first time to prepare for 6. Now I'm starting on the I Know What You Did Last Summer series. I've only seen the first one. Nice. The second one's pretty good too. There's a third one, right? I don't even remember. I probably saw it once, but it's obviously not great. What was your favorite Final Destination 3 death? Probably the tanning beds. I feel like that one's just so iconic. It stuck with me as a kid after the first time I saw it. Probably that one. The third movie is definitely my favorite movie in the entire franchise. Yeah, I do not think Amber killed Dewey. I think it was Stu. Let's see. If Stu is confirmed as a third Ghostface in Scream 2, then my three favorite Ghostfaces were all in Scream 2. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple theory videos on the channel about Stu possibly being in Scream 2, so I think it's a possibility. I wonder if Sydney will have held onto or even be wearing Derek's letters now that she has a husband. I definitely think she still has them. Like, she probably doesn't wear them, but she probably keeps it safe somewhere. Um, I feel like if Scream 8 happens, they should bring the characters from the TV series into the movies to have them meet Sydney. That would be cool. Cool crossover. I've heard people say Scream 7 will be a disaster, so we'll just have to wait until it comes out. Those people are haters. Imagine Stu and Jill together. That would be like a perfect duo, in my opinion. Gail will be gutted, unfortunately. There's a good chance. I still don't know why everyone is more stuck on flashbacks more than nightmare sequences to set us up for a reveal that Stu is alive. Matthew has already kind of hinted to being part of movies. Yeah, I mean, the nightmare sequences are definitely an option. Um, I personally want to see flashbacks more than that, but the whole nightmare thing, like, might be a little bit more believable because, you know, if they do flashbacks, the characters have to look young. They have to look the age that they did when the flashback is from, which is doable in movies. You know, they have the technology. But maybe if they didn't want to spend the money on like de-aging them, they'd rather do a nightmare sequence where, like, let's say Sydney has a nightmare of Roman. She could see him, she could like envision him how he would look today, you know, if it's just a dream, like it doesn't have to make complete sense, you know? So yeah, I mean both are possibilities. I feel like we should at least get one of each. Like, you know, if we get a Stu flashback, let's get a Roman nightmare or vice versa. Hey John Lee, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna go about 10 more minutes. Another thing that Stu deniers cling to is Kevin Williamson's statement that Stu is dead. Why would Kevin Williamson admit that Stu is alive, thereby ruining the surprise of Stu's reveal? Yeah, that's what I've been saying, you know? Like, if he wanted to bring him back one day, why would he just reveal that, you know? Let's see here. Derek says without weapons, the gorilla would win. I agree with that. Okay, good. You don't hear the construction? It is very loud on my end. And it's just been going on every day where it like interferes with me filming videos because my microphone picks it up when I film the videos. Very annoying. Harvey said I loved Sinners. Yeah, I've been hearing great things about it. Has anyone seen Thunderbolts? I have not. I am not a big like superhero movie person. The only ones that I like really are the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. Those are some of my favorite movies ever. And I like the Dark Knight trilogy. But other than that, like I don't really watch any of them. Looking forward to any horror films coming this year. I am looking forward to, I was saying earlier, Final Destination 6 coming out soon. I Know You Did Last Summer in July, and Weapons in August. Let's see here. I've only seen FD 1 and 2 and the one with the pool. Which one is that? Do I need to watch them all before 6? The one with the pool, I think, is the 4th one. Yeah, the 4th one. Yes, I would highly recommend watching all of them before the 6th one. I agree. Stu killed Dewey. My favorite Final Destination death is the gymnastics one. That was insane. That was pretty gnarly. Oh yeah, Thanksgiving 2 comes out this year, right? Have they even started filming that? I feel like I don't hear anything about it. I feel like the casting announcements for Scream 7 are probably done. I mean, they finished filming almost 2 months ago, so what if Patrick Dempsey is secretly in Scream 7, but they didn't reveal him to keep him a secret? I don't think so. I don't think he's in it. I feel like if he was in it, he would have been Sydney's husband. Like, there's no way he's gonna be in it and not be the husband. Yeah, I don't think he's in it. Let's see. I'm gonna get to just a few more here. Oh, Clown in the Cornfield will be on Shudder May 9th. Cool. Maybe I'll watch it. Hey Jesse. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, we are going to end in just a couple minutes. But I am planning to do multiple streams a week, just like I used to. Just April was a crazy month. So I might stream tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Thursday. You and me both. I cannot wait. Now that Stu is back, check the polls. We are clamoring for Jill. Yeah, I might have to watch Clown in the Cornfield now. I didn't realize it was going to be like on streaming or whatever. Heart Eyes will be on Netflix Thursday, May 8th. I personally did not like Heart Eyes. I won't spoil it for anyone, but that ending, man, did not like it. I have seen the last season of You. It was good. I thought the ending was good. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought they did a pretty good job. I do actually have a video coming out soon, maybe later tonight or tomorrow, comparing similarities between Dexter and You. And then I thought about maybe doing a review for season 5. I'm a little late with it, so I don't know if I'll do it. Like, I don't know if people want to see it at this point, because the show came out like 2 weeks ago. But I might do a review for the last season. Yeah, so Heart Eyes was kind of good up until the ending. Like, Mason Gooding was good in it. Olivia Holt was good. But I don't know. That ending just like ruined it for me. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it's so hard to make a good slasher these days. I don't know. But all right, I think we're gonna call it a day here. We did a good hour on the stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for the past hour. It is good to be back. We're gonna be doing streams multiple times a week, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for all of your comments, your questions, for the super chats especially. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time.